The Deli Sultanate, an emerald jewel on the island of Sumatra, prospered. Its people knew peace and plenty. At its heart lived a princess, Putri Hijau. Her beauty was legendary. Her name, meaning green princess, suited her well. It spoke of life, growth, and the vibrant heart of the jungle itself. Princess Hijau possessed a wisdom beyond her years. She walked with grace and spoke with kindness. Her laughter echoed through the palace halls, bringing joy to all who heard it. She was beloved by her people, a symbol of hope and prosperity. Her father, the Sultan, cherished her dearly. Her 7 brothers, fierce warriors all, protected her with unwavering devotion. News of Princess Hijau's beauty spread far and wide. It reached the ears of the Sultan of Aceh, a powerful and ambitious ruler. He yearned to possess her, to make her his queen. Surely, he thought, such a radiant jewel deserved a crown even grander than Deli's. The Sultan of Aceh sent a grand delegation to Deli. They carried gifts of gold, jewels and silks fit for a princess. The Sultan of Aceh's proposal, however, was a simple one. He desired the hand of Princess Hijau in marriage. He promised her unimaginable riches and a kingdom at her feet. Princess Hijau received the proposal with grace. She listened politely to the eloquent words of the Aceh envoys, yet in her heart she felt no love for the distant Sultan. She valued the peace and happiness of her own people above all else. With a heavy heart she refused his proposal, choosing the love of her homeland over the allure of power. The Sultan of Aceh was enraged. He saw her refusal as a grave insult, a stain upon his honor. He vowed revenge. He would claim Princess Hijau by force, even if it meant bathing Deli in blood. His heart, once aflame with love, now burned with the fires of war. The drums of war thundered across the land, their ominous beat a harbinger of sorrow. The Sultan of Aceh, blinded by rage and pride, assembled a mighty army. He marched upon Deli, determined to crush anyone who dared defy him. The peaceful days of Deli were over. A shadow had fallen upon the land. The people of Deli, though known for their peace-loving nature, were no cowards. They would defend their beloved princess and their homeland with their lives. The Sultan of Deli rallied his warriors. He knew the might of Aceh, yet he also knew the courage of his people. They would fight for their freedom, for their princess, for their very way of life. Among the defenders of Deli stood 7 figures of awe and mystery. They were the brothers of Princess Hijau, each wielding powers bestowed by ancient spirits. Mambang Yazid, the eldest, commanded the winds and storms. With a flick of his wrist, he could summon typhoons to scatter enemy ships or shroud the battlefield in blinding mists. Mambang Yazid, the master of illusions, could conjure phantoms and mirages. He bewildered the Aceh soldiers with visions of fearsome beasts and phantom armies. The battlefield became a canvas for his magic, a swirling vortex of illusion and reality. The remaining brothers possessed powers equally as formidable. They controlled fire, earth, and even the very fabric of shadows. They stood as a united front, ready to defend their sister and their homeland to the death. Section 5. The Fall of Deli. The war raged for what felt like an eternity. Despite the valiant efforts of the Deli warriors and the mystical powers of the brothers, the Aceh forces were relentless. They outnumbered the defenders. They pressed their attack with unwavering ferocity. The tide of the battle began to turn. In a desperate gamble, the Deli Sultan ordered his most powerful cannon fired upon the Aceh fleet. The earth trembled as the cannon roared, but the blast was only partially successful. A number of Aceh ships were destroyed, but the cannon exploded, mortally wounding the Sultan of Deli. The heart of Deli was broken. Section 6. A Prize Imprisoned. With the Deli defences shattered and their Sultan on his deathbed, the Aceh army stormed the palace. They captured Princess Hijau, tearing her away from her heartbroken people. The Sultan of Aceh, his victory bittersweet, ordered her imprisoned. She would be his queen, he vowed, even if it meant keeping her captive. Princess Hijau was placed in a glass coffin. It was a cage of crystal, designed to both contain and display her beauty. The coffin, heavily guarded, was loaded onto the Sultan's ship. He would return to Aceh, his prize in tow, leaving behind a trail of broken hearts and smouldering ruins. He believed he had won, but he had underestimated the love of a brother and the fury of a dragon. Section 7. A Princess's Plea. As the Aceh fleet set sail, Princess Hijau, trapped within her glass prison, watched her homeland disappear into the distance. She knew her capture meant the end of Delhi's independence, the subjugation of her people. Yet she clung to hope. She prayed for a miracle, a sign, anything to save her people from despair. Her prayers were answered, though not in a form she could have ever imagined. A storm, fiercer than any she had ever witnessed, descended upon the fleet. Waves the size of mountains tossed the ships about like toys. The sky turned a sickly green, reflecting the fury of the tempest. Amidst the chaos, Princess Hijau saw him. Section 8, Wrath of the Dragon. Soaring above the storm, wreathed in lightning and fury, was a magnificent dragon, scales shimmering emerald green. It was Mambang Yazid, her eldest brother, who'd harnessed the full extent of his power. He'd become one with the storm, a mythical avatar of vengeance. The dragon unleashed a torrent of fire upon the Aceh fleet. Ships splintered and burned, swallowed whole by the raging sea. The Sultan of Aceh, cowering in terror, could only watch as his dreams of conquest turned to ash. With a deafening roar, the dragon plunged into the sea, reappearing moments later, the glass coffin clutched firmly in its claws. Section 9, Epilogue, Whispers on the Wind. The storm subsided as quickly as it had begun. The Aceh fleet was no more, swallowed by the depths or reduced to smouldering wreckage. The dragon, its duty done, gently placed the glass coffin upon a nearby island before disappearing into the clouds. Princess Hijau was free, but at a terrible cost. She was found by fishermen and returned to the remnants of her people. They rejoiced at her return, but their joy was tinged with sorrow. Delhi was in ruins, their sultan dead, their brothers gone. Princess Hijau, forever changed by her ordeal, vowed to rebuild her homeland. To this day, the legend of Putri Hijau is whispered on the wind. She is remembered not just for her beauty, but for her courage, her compassion, and her unwavering love for her people. And though the Deli Sultanate may be gone, its memory lives on, a testament to the enduring power of hope, even in the face of unimaginable loss.